Yeah, that's clean. That's a clean elk shed. Nice prairie elk. Damn. That beetle is wild though.
Still there.
Yeah, I gotta take a picture of him. Silly little guy.
Yeah, that's some crazy coloration.
And that's, why is that so in there? I'm surprised. Like that. And it just curls right over. Yeah, he's got a nice base. He'll be, yeah, decent size. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. He's weird. He's just like up.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird too.
Yeah, that feels like it twists the wrong way.
Yeah. But that's a solid chunk of bone.
Yeah, that's thick too.
And he's paddled too.
Yeah.
Split at the end. Huh. Yeah, he's from this year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised it's not whiter.
Yeah. Yeah, that belly looks nice and brown though.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're at the good parts. And this is the challenge. Who can find the most champsosaur vertebrae in this area? I'm at 3. Jules, how many you got? 1. Okay. See how many I can go for. There's so many in the Dinosaur Park formation. Even Old Man formation has a lot of them. Scholar formation is kind of common for them, but it totally just depends. But we'll see how many we can pull out. You got 2? Bruh. My lead. So the nice things about Dinosaur Park formation is, as per usual, you get lots of tendon, which is, again, long rectangular. I explained that in my last video. Long rectangular. I don't know what that is. So yeah, you get lots of tendon, lots of turtle, like tons, soft shell. Apparently you can also find snapping turtle, which I don't know. Apparently the shell's really weird. I'd have to see an example somewhere, but I've never actually seen a piece like online or in person. This is only recently I found out about this. And then yeah, banded turtle and just kind of your regular with all of like the little pits. You can find lots of turtle fossil. Turtle fossil is very distinct because it's very smooth textured. That's a piece of ceratopsian tooth. Let's see. A nice piece of turtle I just picked up. So a lot of times you'll see like a shiny, very smooth, flat. And a lot of times on the other side, that's turtle. So you can see that texture. Texture's awesome. And that's what you're looking for. Really good. And you kind of see like how the pitting is connected, where crocodile, it's usually independent pits. And they're usually a little bit more gnarly, rounder, kind of bigger as well. But turtle, it's a bunch of like, yeah, gnarls. It kind of looks like a valley system on Google Earth, where crocodiles look like a place where bombs have been dropped, where it's just like pit, and then another pit, and another pit. And like the odd time they'll connect, but most of the time they're not connected at all. So yeah, that's a big difference. You can start on like a shelf like this. So I call an area like where it goes slanted and then flat out, I call these shelves. So a lot of times I like to ride along the shelf layers, and then I will work my way up to see if I can find the mother layer, I call it. So basically where the fossils are in situ and weathered out from. However, some formations, it's just so rich kind of everywhere that there's more than one mother layer like stacked on top of each other, so it's really hard to get your reads in. Dinosaur Park's kind of classic for that. Sometimes just everything's pouring out of everywhere, and then sometimes that method works too. That method works really good in the Horseshoe Canyon formation around here, but I need to get more champsosaur vertebrae to beat his tally. I think he's at 2. Something else you can kind of look for in pieces of fossil are these holes. These holes are called foramina. You can find them in vertebrae and especially skulls of tyrannosaurs. This looks like a really busted piece of vertebrae. It's hard to tell sometimes though. So checking out more in the Dinosaur Park formation, and here is an awesome ceratopsian tooth. This thing's sweet. really good. Playing around with my new macro lens, so macro, I don't know. So I'm trying to make sure it's good, but anyway, yeah, so nice ceratopsian tooth. And you can tell it's ceratopsian because hadrosaur is more like even, symmetrical with basically like the ridges, like they'll be evenly spaced from the middle. Ceratopsians are often more off-centered and they're very like leaf-shaped. But we have the ceratopsian tooth here, but right over here, my knife is pointing now, is a nice tyrannosaur tooth. So probably gorgosaur, dysplediosaur, decent little black coloration on it. Pretty good. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's sweet. Awesome. Nice colors. Sick. Yeah, so that's sweet. So look at that clash of two mortal enemies, the tyrannosaur and the ceratopsian. A few decent little fossils, but we have a little theropod. Oh, little piece of tooth. Very garbage self. But anyway, have a little piece of theropod digit. That's classic, little hollow in the middle. That's what you look for. These are nicer when you find them whole, but they're pretty awesome still.
Kind of slippery base.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, I just need to get something here.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, it's more stubbed out this way than I thought. Okay, that's the final haul for day one. 7 champsosaur, 1 tyrannosaur, nice phalanx, little gar scale, some turtle pieces, lots of turtle pieces, some crocodile here. Again, you can see that kind of pitting I was talking about. Some tendon as well, and then ceratopsian tooth, wherever that went off to. Yeah, that's crazy. Insane toad. Look at this guy. The colors are insane. Super. Yeah, look at him. He's pretty chill.
Yeah. You just poop.
I think so. Okay. Keep ponying our way. Yeah, I think that exposure over there is pretty good. Down at the gray. Right there. So we'll check that out and then like just kind of keep riding that edge until we get over there, and then we can really start looking at all that layering down there. I think it's the right answer, but good way to start day 2. So that's a good example of what tyrannosaur bone looks like. So very dense, pretty heavy, kind of almost shiny on the outside, but like smooth. You don't see a lot of porous, and it looks hollow. Like this would have been hollow on the inside, so this would have been the inside of the bone. Where a lot of hadrosaur fossils, like a lot of this would just be porous structure. So we're seeing lots of pieces of it here. That's the hollow inside. Hollow inside. Yeah, there's probably a piece as well. That looks pathologic almost. That looks very strange. Maybe a site of injury or something. Interesting. Yeah, pretty good bone spill. Pieces of tyrannosaur teeth. See that kind of enamel texture and that really smooth inside. No porous at all. Lots of champsosaur vertebrae. Absolute classic. I think this is a little lower caudal. It could be champsosaur as well, but almost looks theropod. Here's a piece of one as well. What one did you have? Yeah, one with the neural arch still attached, which you don't see those often, so that's awesome. Give you that one back. So what I'm at, oh look, another one. Okay, oh no, never mind. I'm at 7, 8, 9, that's a half one, that doesn't count. 10, 11. So, and how many are you at? 8?
Yeah, 8.
Okay, 8 to 11. I'm winning. That's what we want. No, I maybe, but I would be kind of surprised. But here, let's see that bad boy. What did Jules just find? A claw. You can see the groove here right by my thumb. And then that's like a really weird groove. This one's definitely, but you can see the whole groove. Rides along my thumb there. And then you can kind of see the other groove on the other side. So it's probably outer hand or right side. It's hard to say, but I'm pretty sure it's ornithomimid hand claw. Sounds the most right to me. Ornithomimid had really like long, like scary looking claws. Tyrannosaur, it doesn't really look like Tyrannosaur. I don't think it's foot claw because foot claws are really flat on the bottom, but it could be an outer foot claw. Have to do some looking, but I'm leaning towards ornithomimid. So amazing find.
Thank you.
Got a few like phalanx ends. This one I'm not too sure about, but this one for sure. Couldn't find the other parts though. Some beautiful turtle in here, but right over here is a rooted ankylosaur or nodosaur tooth. A little worn out, but that's sweet. I don't find those so much. Oh, that's crocodile. No, that might be turtle. Ah, never mind. That might be crocodile though. That looks a little rougher. But yeah, sweet stuff. Amazing spot. Awesome. Ankylosaur tooth, I think, right on top. Yeah, that's sweet. You can see some of the texturing around the tip of the tooth. Kind of like ceratopsians, but theirs is a little different. But awesome, that one was right on top. Nice piece of turtle with a little rib. Usually that part's, the rib part's busted off. This is what we found at this one little spot. There's a really nice crocodile tooth, so it's longer. It's got part of the root. You can see like where the colors get more neater and where it's like kind of grayer and more kind of tan and brush. It's that's root. It has some Cretaceous break. This is Cretaceous break, and then this is after. But a huge crocodile. That's just a ceratopsian or hadrosaur spitter, soft shell banded turtle, partial vertebrae, nice toe. That one's awesome. Champsosaur vertebrae, ankylosaur teeth, and then just some weird piece of fish. So that brings me to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 champsosaur vertebrae. Look what Mr. Fitaz has. Cool. Crazy claw, more champsosaur, nice one with the neural arch. Nice pieces of turtle, really funny, possibly pathologic bone. All right, wild. Yeah, possibly pathologic. That's insane. It might have broke. I don't know. That's very strange. Yeah, very nice. Very important. Crocodile. No, that's that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's very tight. Who's the some sort?
Croc.
Just
Fat-ass
sit?
croc.
Or like
base.
oh,
Just not very sharp. No tip, all base.
I think it's Cretaceous break.
I'm not sure. Buddy nearly kicked over my pile.
Sorry.
We are having an insane time right now at this little microsite. Like there's so much, like there's tons of just Mylodaphis teeth in here and dromaeosaur teeth, crocodile, scoots, champsosaur. I'm at 18 or 17 now. He's at 11 or 10. And then we also got a pile over here. It's insane. This is a nice pre-max tooth I found with Cretaceous break. That's awesome. He's got some nice raptor teeth on there. Nice pile of teeth. Nice little limb bone. More champsosaur. And that's kind of just like a whatever pile. Which is crazy because even the whatever pile actually has some decent stuff in it. But right over here, yeah, there it is. Just found this nice crocodile. Pretty decent. Awesome. Yeah, love to see it. Massive chunk pouring out here. Another bone right here as well. Yeah, nice bone right here. And yeah, this massive one right here. Absolutely massive vertebrae right here. That's pretty sweet. And then there's another bone right here. Some random chunk of something. Some pieces of stuff in here. Looks like turtle. Looks like the underside of turtle. Awesome. So in the Dinosaur Park formation, I don't know 100% that this is an example of it, but a lot of times it look like this, is footprints. And if you look for ironstone, that makes like these ridges. And a lot of time footprints are left, and then that's like the iron-rich muds and whatever raising up from the footprint. Kind of like when you, whenever like you're hiking, you step in like a puddle of mud, and like the mud will like shoot out to the sides, and then it leaves an impression. So this very well could be. I'll note it though and keep it in mind, but yeah, pretty sick. So you can look for these in the Dinosaur Park formation, and I'm sure other formations too. Some absolutely massive pieces of bison. Lots in there. Looks like the scapula might be there too as well. Massive limb bones, vertebrae. Some vertebrae, multiple rib. Yeah, pretty cool. You see that every once in a while, but this is an old slump, so yeah, crazy. Just climbing up and found this shed just right down there, but awesome phalanx, no chips, 100% complete. Sick. Yeah, I was finding the ends of these earlier today, but wasn't finding the whole thing. Usually they break their hollow inside. Awesome, 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 awesome. Probably ornithomimid, unless it's small tyrannosaur, but most likely ornithomimid. Sweet. Lots of fish and fish vertebrae. The soft-shelled turtle, hadrosaur, possible sturgeon, more turtle. Pretty cool phalanx. I think it might be a raptor. So that's awesome. Some tyrannosaur teeth, Premax, Cretaceous break on all of these. Raptor tooth right in the middle. Crocodile, crocodile teeth. All of these are Mylodaphus, clean like this, like a really tiny one. And then a few champsosaur. And we have over here, Jules has some nice stuff. Hadrosaur, ceratopsian, crocodile, raptor or tyrannosaur, I'm not too sure. Probably raptor. Really nice raptor, crocodile. And then, yeah, all sorts of nice little stuff. This is a little tiny claw. This is actually crazy. Just a little guy. Awesome. A few decent things from the lower layers for the more silty kind of layers. Nice crocodile, tyrannosaur, and then a complete champsosaur, but it's broken in half. But that's about it so far. I spent most of my time looking in the upper. Champsosaur vertebrae. Classic. Got those little protrusions out the side where the neural arch would have been. Sweet. Love to see them. And sometimes you find too many of them.